I gave you three other examples in front of you.
Then he should have not given it.
Mr. Singh, I gave you three other examples, which were the Congress's appointments.
No, I am not. There are many more questions than those examples. There are many more than those examples. You had quoted Ranganath Mishra about you were talking about 1984 massacre and how he was given a Rajya Sabha ticket after he sat on the asset where he gave a clean chit as per you. I'm not going by that, but talking about this specific case of Justice Nazeer. Why do Congress has a problem? Give me a second. Why do Congress has a problem with Ram Janam Bhumi? That's my question. I mean, they are not talking about triple talaq. Again, I will keep repeating that because there's the thrust. I mean, you can quote me 10 more examples. I'll quote you more examples of Justice Hidayatullah and other examples also. So, but fact is that it has not been done it has not been done because of his decision on any subject. He was a judge above everything else, and he gave his decision as per his conscience and as per the law, not by dictated by anyone else. So, I mean, questioning the judgment and then questioning the justice, that's wrong.
Okay, questioning is wrong in terms of attaching quid pro quo, but Kapil Madan, that's where it comes down to. You know, the sheer fact of appointments like governors, where Rajya Sabha is concerned, it needs to be awarded to people of eminence who come from various walks of government service. So in context of that, what really is wrong with this?
So, Preeti, let me give you an example. You know, since Mr. Singh is not a lawyer, I will, discount, and I would not expect him to give this answer. Now, what happens is that when we are, practicing law, or if any, judge is holding a bench, now we have a concept of, reasonable apprehension of bias. Now, if there is a situation that even, indicates that there is an apprehension of biases, now usually what happens is in those kind of cases, the judges usually recuse themselves from hearing those cases. So I will just draw this logic and I will, take this further to say, when, there is an issue of appointment by an executive, and even if there is a remote reasonable apprehension of bias that you have, decided any case which has some sort of, political implication, then I think it is important you have, some sort of cooling off period so that, I mean,
but Kapil Madan, cooling off period, I beg your pardon, changes really nothing. What does it change? Ideology could remain the same if you are trying to attribute political motive behind his judgments. It's not that in 2 years he's going to think differently. So do you actually believe that former judges should not hold any government post retirement? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I am not suggesting. What I am saying is that there should be some scheme which should be fair, which should be impartial, and which should rule out any possibility of bias, any apprehension of bias, in these kind of matters. That's all we are saying. And in fact, Mr.
What could be that scheme, Mr. Madan? That's the question. Because either you say that you're not going to appoint them, they're not going to give them government post-retirement, or the cooling off period. It's not that ideology is going to change. It's going to remain the same.
Well, Preeti ji, the cooling off period is important because immediately if a person who has passed any order in the favor of the executive, immediately if he takes the faith, the public perception of independence of judiciary gets dented, and you can't rule out a possibility, of any particular judgment is influenced by the post-retirement, post or any.
Okay. In that concept, in that context, RP Singh, let's subscribe to the Caesar's wife needs to be above suspicion analogy. In that particular context, maybe a cooling off period really does work. Because if you look at it, yes, he might have had a different view of triple talaq than the governments, but the two big ticket judgments, be it Ayodhya and be it the judgment of demonetization, in that context, Justice Nazeer did, seeming to go with what the government wanted.
I take objection to that he did what was right as per the law, not because government has a point of view, one. Secondly, also that, I mean, cooling off period, then the precedent should have been laid. Since 1958, the precedent has been different. And then it has happened again and again, whether it was Jawaharlal Nehru, whether it was Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Shastri Ji, Gulzari Lal Nanda, all of them has
but
given...
But Mr. Singh, your own leaders like Mr. Jaitley, like Mr. Nitin Gadkari have made proficient speeches on the fact of the need of a cooling off period and government appointments post-retirement.
So we can change our position also. I mean, there's nothing wrong in it. I mean, we took a position and then we can change our position. What's the problem in that? But again, I'll reiterate, the problem with the Congress party is that they can't digest Ram Janam decision till date. I mean, they tried their best in the courts. They sent their different lawyers in the court so that decision should not come, and that's the problem with them. And then again, you are quoting two instances, but you are saying that triple talaq was one off. But I'll appreciate, go through lot of other decisions which Justice Nazeer has taken. So we should go through all other decisions which he has taken. So, but don't castigize a judge because he is given a judgment as per law, and then it doesn't suit you. There's the problem with the Congress that they don't believe in any institution, whether it's judiciary, whether it's election commission, whether it's army. I'll give you one example. Chief of the army, Army General Narwane said that not an inch of land has been taken by China. But till date, the Congress didn't accept that. They don't believe in what Army General said. So same is the case here, that they don't believe in any institution. They keep questioning the institutions because when it suits them, it's good. That's the psychology of the dynasty. But dynasty believes in only my way or highway.
No, but it's okay. I think I would, think it goes a little deeper when you talk about the BJP has changed its stand. But wouldn't you reckon, for the benefit of all, maybe there is a set rule that is now put in place, because the largest litigants in court today is the government. It wasn't the case earlier when rules were made, and maybe now there should be a need of a cooling off period. Kapil Madan, 10 seconds. I need to close the show.
So I would just, appreciate the honesty of Mr. Singh, where Mr. Singh has very candidly and very honestly has, stated that the BJP is into politics of convenience. I mean, a stand which they, wanted to object at one point in time. They want to, have a completely
Mr. Singh wants to come in for a counter. RP Singh, go ahead. We'll close the show, sir, after that.
Very simple. It's not a matter of suitability or convenience at all. I mean, there is a person who is capable and should be given a post, or he should handle a post, or he should manage a position. So that's the issue. I mean,
all right. With that, I'm going to end this debate. I appreciate both of you for joining us.